All right, welcome to my tech channel where I take the time to go over things that are related to cybersecurity in order to help us be safe. And pretty much, I'm going to basically share 5 powerful practices that we can implement or use when using our cellular devices. First and foremost, we want to make sure that we are utilizing strong, long, complex passwords. So, a lot of times we have passwords for different apps such as Snapchat, Instagram, our banking information, whatever app it is that we have passwords. So, we want to make sure that we are setting strong, long, and complex passwords. So, that means that you need to um, have at least 14 characters or more. And you want to use a combination of lowercase, uppercase, and letters. And you also want to use numbers and special characters. And I know oftentimes many will use dictionary words, but it's really best practice to not use dictionary words. And so a lot of times you'll notice if Google suggests different passwords, they're not actual words, but they're just letters, random letters, and so forth. So, um, if you want, what you can do is try to come up with like a phrase, but not actually use words like dictionary words when doing it. So, an example of that would be too sweet for you, one fab G. So, in order to do that without using actual words, you could do two, and then like you would shorten it to S and W for sweet. Um, Too sweet, and then the 3 3 is going to be for in place of the e's and the t, and then instead of the word four spelled out you can use the number four, and then u uppercase, and then the and sign, and then one, and then for fab, instead of using the a there, you can go ahead and use the at sign, and then for the G, instead of GEE, just G. All right. So this is a strong password because it has 14 characters. It uses uppercase and lowercase. And also, there are special characters that are included in this as well, and it's not a dictionary word. So you can test that out for yourself. Okay. And then what I suggest is that I know it can be a lot trying to remember all these passwords. So you can download a reputable password manager so that you can reference that. I know as far as for Apple users, you have a password keeper that you can put things in. But if you want to be even extra safe, beyond that, you can download a reputable password manager, especially one if you do your research that has never had their information breached, would be good. And then also, another way to bulletproof your phone is to bulletproof your apps by staying ahead of the curve with regular updates. So, whenever your Apple phone or your Android phone release any type of software updates, you want to make sure that you update your phone immediately, because a lot of times there are security patches and other things that are included in that software update. So you always want to keep your software update updated, and you also want to make sure that you update any apps on your phone. So make sure that you are making sure any apps that you have, and then I also suggest that you delete any apps that you have not been using, so that way you don't just forget about them, just delete them, and then you will not have to worry about any issues as far as like lacking any patches for any of those apps that you're not using. So just delete any apps that you don't use regularly. All right, so the perils of public Wi-Fi and how to stay safe. Really, in essence, we really should not connect to Wi-Fi, especially public Wi-Fi. But if you connect to public Wi Fi, make sure that you're not looking at any sensitive information, such as your banking information or anything like that. So that way, others don't have access to that. What I also recommend as an extra layer of protection is to install a VPN on your phone and use it when having to connect to a public Wi Fi. So if you go to your Apple store or your Google Play store, and you always want to go to an official store to get your app and not from a third party site. And pretty much you can do your research by going on YouTube to figure out an excellent VPN that you can download onto your computer. And a lot of them have free options, but they're fairly inexpensive as well. So that way, if you are connected to a Wi Fi, it adds an extra layer of protection like a tunnel. So that way, people who may be attempting to snoop on you will not be able to see what you're looking at when you have that extra layer of protection by connecting to a VPN. Okay, now here, another way to safeguard is to add an antivirus to your phone. So, what you want to do is consider installing reputable antivirus and security apps that can scan for malware and provide additional protection against threats. So, while antivirus software can bolster mobile security, it's essential to choose a reputable antivirus and one that has been well reviewed from trusted sources. So don't just download any old antivirus. Okay. And so a lot of times, again, you can go on YouTube and find out the top 5 or the top 10 antivirus software recommendations, and you can see the reviews and so forth. And so if you do have an antivirus um, software on your phone, it can scan the apps and look for any potential security vulnerabilities or any malicious behavior that could compromise your phone security. Also, another benefit to having an antivirus is that it will protect data. So, some antivirus tools offer features like app lock, anti theft, or remote wipe capabilities. So, that is another added bonus feature. And then, as far as antivirus software may also include privacy features that guard against intrusive apps or those requesting excessive permissions, safeguarding your data and privacy. So I know a lot of times many will just download the app and just hit accept, but really you should read through what you're agreeing to exactly, because a lot of times when those apps are running, it's pulling information about you, using that information, and then sometimes that information, personal information, is building a profile about you, and sometimes that information ends up in different places that you may not want it to be. So, malware detection and removal. So, an antivirus software scans for and detects malicious software, including viruses, trojans, ransomware, spyware, and those type of things. And we all know those things can compromise our phone security and steal sensitive information. But if we have this antivirus software on our phones, then it can help protect us. And the last thing is it allows you to safely browse the internet when you're utilizing your personal device. And the antivirus app often come with safe browsing features that can flag a site that may be dangerous and cause you to not go there. All right, so we have what we call don't take the bait. Stay phishing and smishing savvy to foil cyber crooks. So, phishing is where oftentimes we may use our phone to check our email. And basically, when we're checking our email, sometimes like it could be a promotional offer saying, like, hey, there's a limited amount of new iPhones, and you have to click this link below to make sure that you are one of the first 500 people to have access to it. So you never want to click those things. And basically, it's trying to create a sense of urgency, but it is really trying to bait you to click on a link that is going to then in turn put malware on your phone. So never click on those. And then, as far as for smishing, that's basically where Criminals are sending text messages to your phone. One of the most recent ones that I've seen is where pretty much it's talking about is from the US Postal Service, and it's saying that you have a package, they have been unable to deliver it. You need to take this link and copy it and paste it and put it into your browser. Don't do it. You would know if you ordered something, and pretty much for US Postal Service, they will basically leave an actual document in your mailbox where you pretty much would take that to the post office and pick it up if you've missed a particular package that you have to sign for. So you never want to take the bait and click on those type of things. And then there have also been times where it'll say from a specific bank, they need you to verify your username and password, and it's because your account has been compromised. And a lot of times you may not even bank there, and it's like, what are you talking about? So always go directly to your bank site. Never click on anything that is text to you or email to you that is requiring you to type in your personal information that will allow you to authenticate. Because if you type that in, hackers will get that information and utilize that information, and you will not be happy. Well, if you enjoy this content and it's educational for you and it's helpful for you, please like this video. Also, please hit the subscribe button to help me grow the channel, and also click on the bell so that you don't miss out whenever I end up dropping new content. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out here in these internet streets.